FX presents the Indu podcast with your host, T. Sterling Watson.
Good morning, Indubians. I'm T. Sterling Watson.
And I'm Kortney.
This is the Indu podcast. Thank you for stopping by and pressing play. This is episode number 95. We are now in March, which is, I almost said Black Women's History Month, but it's Women's History Month. I, don't mind if they happen to be Black women too. So, So how are you doing today, Kortney?
Fabulous. How are you?
I want to say exhausted. It's been a long past couple weeks. It's like a good exhaustion, but also like, where's the time gone? A lot's been happening. I did promise people that I would have the Oscar results from the poll that I've been promoting for like the last month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ashamed to admit. Well, I'm not ashamed to admit because I've been busy doing good stuff. But I've only so far tallied up two people, myself and our good friend Candace Frederick.
Mm-hmm.
I have news to report that she has beat me by 1 point. So
really,
yes, I've got 34 points. She's got 35. So congratulations to her.
You sound a little something with that.
I know the way it came out sounded that way, but I'm not upset. I'm not bothered because she is a professional. So I kind of almost expected her to beat me. I just didn't think it would be that close. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, that good job. I know it still sounds sarcastic, but I'm really curious of the other people because I have 16 participants altogether, which was more than I expected. So I'm kind of wishing that I gave this project to my intern, who I do pay. I'm calling her an intern. Our good friend Southern Cynic. Shout out to her because she's helping me with another thing, which hopefully will be in an upcoming episode. But yeah, I will finish those later because I know our other good friend Magdalena, she's been waiting patiently for her results as well. Well, actually, I think she has hers. I sent her her sheet since I was able to do that. But still, how she ranks compared to everyone else, I will have those to you very soon. Maybe I can edit that in before I post this episode. We shall see. But yeah, that's one of a dozen things I've been working on these past couple of weeks. So, so nice. Yeah. How about, have you been up to anything in particular? I don't know if you wanted to mention, a little
this
accomplishment.
And that, just finished writing a book.
What? Go on.
I finished drafting my novel, which is its working
highly
title.
Anticipated. I'm sorry. Go on. I'm sorry.
Its working title is Spellbound Station, and it's about witches.
Well then. Which is why occasionally we have some witchy themed things on the show. So.
So yes. It's breathing right now. So I've already started on some other works to kind of bide the time between the time I can. Well, it's kind of percolating. So so when I'm ready to go back to revise it, it'll be there and it'll be fresh for me.
Well, I also admire that your pen hand just keeps on, writing or typing.
Got to keep that momentum.
Yes, you do. And I'm looking forward to, you've already discussed offline the things that you're working on, and I'm looking forward to those as well. So I'm excited. Now, I will say, because I have been a little tired, I didn't do my regular show prep that I normally do, so some of these segments will be missing. But don't fret. I feel the fretting or the frettation happening already, and I need you not to worry because we do have things to discuss. I'm waiting that I prepared a little later, Courtney. I prepared a list. I meant to warn you ahead of time, so in case you wanted to add to the list. But I think once you hear some of the suggestions on my list, you might come up with some of your own. But before I get into that, I do want to give a shout out to Berto. I feel like I almost want to do that every episode because he's gives us so much feedback. But a few episodes ago, and I think it was on a Patreon post, I've mentioned at work some of my coworkers that are how should I put this? Not alive per se. It's the robots, basically. It's what I'm saying. That they're here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You lost me for a
So
sec.
I know. I was trying to figure out how to word it, but also tell you, is like, yeah, I've been texting you about them, and what happened, I think it was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. I was actually really trying to take a picture of one of them to show you because one of them now has googly eyes, and it's unsettling because
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. No.
And each time I text you about the robots, you just reply with shudders, and I can feel it because that's generally kind of how I feel because I hate them. And apparently so do the people that send them out. They don't really care for them either because they're kind of clumsy when it comes to managing or navigating the hallways. And what made it so weird is when I was about to take a picture of one, it stopped. Like, it just stopped rolling. It just stopped. Almost like it was looking at me like, what are you about to do?
Because he knew you were about to take a picture of it.
I mean, I was trying to be all sly-like about it, but it was, yeah.
They can read your thoughts, literally.
Yeah, so I refrained, but I will get this picture for you because I need you to see how unsettling it is, because not only does it have googly eyes, but it does have like a big sticker of like a grinning toothy smile, and it's I think they thought it was like, oh, let's make it look cute. No, it doesn't. Because it beeps, and then occasionally it'll just say crossing the intersection or whatever. It will speak just to. I know the beeping is to alert people that it's coming, but it's also a threatening beep. So almost like the Jaws theme, but robots instead. So
yeah, and I feel
happening.
like they're not just robots; they're killer robots who are quietly plotting to overthrow the human race or something. And maybe I took that too far, but I don't think I've taken it far enough.
It's possible because I don't know what's inside the little cabinets. By the way, I work at a hospital, so these robots are carrying around, and you can't see me, but I'm putting it in air quotes, but they're carrying around prescriptions. So I don't know if like they are the ones that actually administer said prescriptions, and like needles and scalpels and things like that start coming out of its cabinets or compartments or death trays. I don't know what's inside them, but I do know where they sleep. If you want to, or maybe I'll put that in quotes too, where they sleep.
Charge.
Charge works too. Yes, charge to get ready for battle. But the reason why I'm shouting out Berto is because he let me know that I'll just put it this way, because I don't want to put too much information out there in case the robots pick up on this and then they turn against their creator. But he knows someone who helped build them. So
really,
it's a small world after all. Yeah.
Interesting.
So
it is an interesting coincidence.
It is. So I thanked him for this knowledge, and plus it also reminded me because I had news to tell you, and that's the fact that they had googly eyes, and I tried taking a picture. And one day I will manage to get a picture, and hopefully they won't see me doing it, but we've already established they already know what I'm doing. So I don't know. That's probably why it stopped. Because yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the robots, they're here. They've been here. The other thing, AI related, I like that they. Okay, how do I phrase this? Domino's has a new thing going on now. I don't know if you've heard about it, but you can get points for taking pictures of pizza, and it doesn't have to be Domino's pizza.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard
Or are
about
you aware of
this.
this? Yeah,
No.
it's true. Like they did start the advertisements like maybe a week ago or a couple days ago at least, and even the CEO is like really trying to stress like, yeah, you can take pictures of your pizza. We'll give you points, and then those points add up to eventually getting free pizza. And and it doesn't have to be Domino's pizza. It could be any kind of pizza, and it works because
So why though? What's the catch?
they are saying that that's just how much they love pizza. Like they love pizza so much that they want you to take pictures of other pizza. For what purpose? I'm not sure. I'm stealing from another podcast where they were speculating maybe they're not really sure what pizza is. So they need to take pictures. They need people to send in pictures of what pizza is. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is pizza. And now we will make this pizza according to all these pictures that we've gathered so we can recognize what a pizza looks like.
Saying Domino's doesn't know what a pizza is?
That's
Domino's is amazing though.
They are. I do agree with you. I like Domino's. We both like Domino's, and it's great. I love their pizzas. I bought a Little Caesars pizza yesterday, and this I feel like that was a little judgment there.
No, well, a little, but
No?
I sometimes you just that's what you got
I
to
do
do.
things. And it's true. The reason why is because I keep seeing advertisements for this pretzel crust or soft pretzel crust pizza. And I was curious about it. And they're like, yeah, it's back. It's been gone for like 4 years. And I've never had it the first time. But I got to say, it's pretty good.
Okay.
I will co-sign this. I will co-sign this pizza.
Okay.
I mean, you can't go wrong. It's like $6.
Exactly. That's why there was only just a little judgment. Because every now and then you just need to pay for a full pizza for $6 instead of $15.
Right. And unfortunately, you just got to go pick it up, which wasn't a problem because I was already out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm here. Let me just go get this. Maybe I got to wait like 5 minutes. No problem. Whatever.
Exactly.
Now I do have a problem. I think it just might be my specific like area, Little Caesars, where they stopped doing their Cinnabites, their crazy cinnamon bite piece, whatever that is. I'm upset with this. I'm upset at them. I have expressed my disapproval to them and the person, well, at least this person I talked to, they were much more responsive than the first person. They were just like, yeah, we don't sell them anymore. And I'm like, oh,
like it was
okay.
nothing.
Yeah, just nothing. Like, and I wasn't sure if she was lying to me or just didn't feel like going in the back to make them. But it is something that came from corporate. They're like, well, I don't know what corporate said. They're like, anymore. I'm just assuming that's what they sound like. Just
yeah, because they're corporate jerks.
They are the fat cats with the ties too tight or whatever. I don't know what they are, but apparently coming down from corporate, they said that this particular restaurant, they're not going to do it anymore. And the guy who talked to me, he said, yeah, I think they're just getting rid of all their desserts. And I'm like, you had other desserts? I'm just thought they just had that. But then again, I'm the only one that I know within my family that or the people that I know anyway that frequents Little Caesars as often as I do. So I don't know if anybody out there does go there or go to Little Caesars and they still have Cinnabites, I guess let me know. I'm not necessarily going to go out to where you are, but
it'd be good to know.
Got at least
for
it'd be good to know. Right. I need to know if corporate is doing this all, because right now their websites still say that they sell these things. In fact,
they're just doing it to you.
I think so, just to spite me.
To punish and spite you specifically, personally.
I think so. And
I'm really
again,
sorry
I got to give some.
It's
It
not
does hurt
fair.
because this is the closest. This is the closest I've had to a Cinnabon. Seriously. So now I have to go traverse out somewhere and get that.
Now, you can make, well, not quite Cinnabons, but you can use the Cinnabon icing. Actually, they may be made by Cinnabon. If you go get those packets of the little tubes of cinnamon rolls.
Mm-hmm. The ones
Yeah,
with the cans that scare you
yeah, uh-huh. Yeah.
when they pop.
You just got to get
But
over
I don't
that.
want to be scared. I
No,
don't
you
want to be
just
scared.
no, you just have to do what you got to do to get the Cinnabon,
They
or get
they
somebody
scare
else
me
to
though.
do it for you. That's not
That's what I try to do.
it's
I'll
not my
try to give
problem.
it to my
But
mother. I will like slowly. I try to do it fast. I'll try to rip it really fast, but then it doesn't pop, and I'm like, now what do I do? It's broken, and I'll just have to. I'll just leave it there, and maybe it'll pop on its own if I walk away.
I can never get it to actually pop. Like, I made some last night, and so I had to, like, they say, press down. There's a bit of it where you use the spoon. They tell you
Mm-hmm.
to use your spoon to press down at the top of it. I'm like, okay, first of all, that's gonna be my spoon. Second of all, it's not working. So I always
Mm-hmm.
have to, like, rig it and figure out some other back-ended way to open the thing up. And so I did that. I ended up, like, just basically unraveling and unpeeling the tube itself somehow. I
And then
don't
it
know.
pops.
Well, it kind of popped open, but it wasn't as loud as if I had popped the top open. So
Mm.
maybe that is a way to get around your fear and still get to the goodness.
There is that option. The other problem I do have is the icing. And you know what? We're just going to get into it because I made a list of my pet peeves, or what I'm trying to call my petty peeves, things I'm just really petty about,
Mm-hmm.
uh, things that ruffle my feathers, things that clog my vacuum cleaner. Just because I don't have any gears to be ground,
Ground, probably, yeah.
grass to ground. But then again, I don't have feathers to be ruffled either.
Mm.
But regardless,
Nor are you a vacuum cleaner.
I am not a vacuum cleaner, but I do use a vacuum, and I am irritated if things get clogged into it.
That's true.
So there's
Yes.
that. Oh, I know. What knots my hair? There we go. That's something that I have.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's a petty thing. I mean, I can still get the knot out, or if anything, just snip that little thing off. But,
Mm-hmm.
Us long hairs, we can relate to that. So
Yes.
So my first pet peeve here is plain icing on cinnamon rolls. I'm opening it up to all cinnamon rolls, not just Cinnabon TM or registered trademark. I don't know, whatever. Cinnabon. I'm not just relating it to them. They are the standard. They are like, they set the bar. I love their icing, or maybe it's frosting because it's cream cheese flavored. It's delicious. And that is partly why I like the Cinnabites from Little Caesars, because they use something very similar. It tastes very, very good, and it mixes very well with the cinnamon. It's delicious. Delicious.
It is good.
So, yes. So if you go to like some, random bakery, okay, that's maybe a little too general. But if you go to some place and they have little like cinnamon rolls or whatever, they just have that plain like sugary icing. That's just, it's trash. It's terrible. Don't do that to me.
Because your taste buds can literally taste the difference.
Oh, of course. It's basically just like sugar. And that's not what I want. I need more. I need that contrast of cream cheese creamery to, balance out that stark cinnamon sweet flavor. So it's a science, and Cinnabon got it right. So did Little Caesars when they wanted to cooperate with me, but
and then they went off the deep end.
They did. So that plain icing, that's trash. No, you're rubbing me the wrong way. Another pet peeve of mine, or something I'm really petty about, and I probably have to do an extended, like maybe a video feature about this to explain further details, that there is such a thing as elevator etiquette. and it starts with the pressing of the button of where you want to go. So, so I'll just say what happened today at work.
Okay.
I arrived to the elevator area or elevator bank where there's, several elevators around, and I'm going to go up a floor. So I hit the up button. Someone comes behind me and they also press the up button. They see that it's lit up, that, you are ready, that it's already being called. The elevator is being called already. It's on the way. Pressing it more than once does not make the elevator come any faster.
Nope.
And if you see that it's pressed, just hang back. Know that it's on the way. Your extra pressing does not tell the elevator, oh, there's another person, we have to hurry up. It does not work that way. What made it worse, once we boarded the elevator, I pressed the floor I'm going to go on. This same peasant pressed the same floor. Why?
So not only did they hit the up button when it was already lit up, but they also hit the lit up button. The same floor
that I just hit. Like, he saw me hit it, and then he comes in like, yeah, I'm gonna hit it too, because I'm going to the same floor.
Is that what he sounds like?
I'm sure he didn't speak, but he looked like that's probably what the words would roll out of his face would sound like. So.
I'm sure you're right.
I know I know his badge said doctor and he had a white lab coat, but that doesn't mean anything.
But that's even worse though. They're sometimes doctors can be terrible humans. And that sounds like a really terrible human thing to do.
It is. I think it is. I think you're right. A separate incident also related to the elevators. This is just really specific to possibly my hospital, but you can use the badge access to make the floor or make the elevator go directly to the floor you need to, especially during an emergency. And a doctor did this, and it was not an emergency. He was just trying to call the elevator, I guess, because he was like, oh, maybe I have to do this because I've got a badge and I'm special. So whatever floor he was going to, it was going to go directly to that floor. But fortunately, it let me off first. So I'm like, it's people like you. But since I got to where I needed to go, he's not on my pet peeve list. But I do know there are people like him that do this. It's not an emergency, but they'll take advantage their power. So, but yes, there's more to come with elevator etiquette, because I've got things that people do, and I see this almost every day. And I'll just say one more. I have another coworker who believes that if you press both buttons, the elevator will come faster.
Both
not
buttons?
Realizing that, I mean, the up and down button. I'm sorry. Like if you're waiting for the elevator and you press both of them. Yes, he believes that the elevator will come faster, not realizing that whatever direction the elevator is coming in or coming from, that's where it's going to keep traveling to. So if you're trying to go down and you push both up and down and the elevator is going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to take you up before it goes back down. Yeah.
People bless.
I don't know. It's 2019. I don't know what it's going to take, but maybe this video that eventually I might make might help. I don't know. So another thing I'm petty about, people who say Happy New Year and it's like January 15th. So
I take it March the 5th may be too late for you.
It is.
Like you're doing
and
too much.
I feel like, I think someone said it to me yesterday. I'm not even joking, but I think somebody said it to me yesterday. Yeah. Granted, I hadn't seen them since maybe December, but I mean, you can just say hi. You don't have to say Happy New Year just because it's the first time I saw you this year.
That's what it is. We're still in the first quarter. People, if they haven't seen you this year, they feel the need to say it to you and wish you a Happy New Year.
I mean, you could have said Merry Christmas too. Might as well just get all of the holidays. Just say happy holidays. Just cover all the bases.
That's too many holidays ago, and we're in a new year. Why would you backtrack that much? New Year's Day was this year. Christmas wasn't.
It was a week Just a week difference.
It doesn't
I mean,
matter. One was in 2018, one was in 2019. That's the difference.
I also aged a whole year. I mean, they didn't know that, but
They didn't know
I don't know.
that.
I don't
Even
know.
if you had,
I
I'm sure if you
I
had said
mean,
also, hey, Happy New Year or whatever, but my birthday was right after the New Year, they would have been like, oh, well, happy belated birthday, weirdo.
perhaps. Then again, if I hadn't seen them like in a whole year, then it's safe grounds to bet that I've had a birthday within that year that they haven't seen me. So
Now
they could
you're
have said,
thinking too deep into this.
"This is my petty list. I'm being
You
petty."
can be petty. No, go down the rabbit hole. You can totally be petty.
Okay, thank you,
You're
thank you.
wrong, but you're fine. Be petty.
It's not often. People think I'm happy-go-lucky all the time. And I never complain about anything. But these are my complaints. These are my issues.
These are
Someone needs.
your what did you say? Your gears to grind?
Well, if I had them, I'm not a robot. These are the knots in my hair. So yeah, yeah. So this one
Mm-hmm.
is specifically me. I recently bought another Bluetooth item,
Mm-hmm.
and it could actually be my fault. I maybe didn't have it fully charged, but and then again, I only paid $5 for this. It's the Bluetooth headset, but it's just like it's got the bare minimums of anything. Like it's just got a couple buttons, and the volume sound quality isn't very high. And I was using it yesterday because I forgot my regular Bluetooth headset, and it only lasted about an hour and a half.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
it is. Not only that, but let's just pretend like the music is going like do 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 beep beep beep, just letting me know that the battery's about to die. So
No.
why is your alert system so much louder than
Right.
the loudest I can get the music? So
Yeah,
I'm upset
that's
about
not
this, but I
good.
only spent $5 on it, so I can't be that mad about it, I
Oh, well, you
guess.
get what you pay for.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm using those as my emergency headset, which I barely even want to use that because I'm only going to get like an hour use out of it, supposedly. I need to test it out again to see if I can get how long it lasts on a full charge. But I'm also afraid because I don't want the beep 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 to happen just when I least expect it, because it terrified me. It really did. I had both of them in my ear, and I thought like the building was on fire. So it scares me. I'm afraid to use it.
Mm-hmm.
My next
That sounds
what?
terrible.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. My next pet peeve. You can join in because we've both had this issue, and it's. I wish I could see everyone and everyone raise their hands if this happens to you, but your cell phone dying at 30%. Show of
Yes.
hands. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the
That.
worst. It see when mine does that, it's normally closer to like 8%, but which is still quite annoying because it's like,
Mm-hmm.
listen, if we're gonna use a percentage here, why at 8% do you die? That shouldn't you just jump it on down to 1% and then die?
Right.
That's the
Right.
least you can do.
Show me the
But
1%.
show me the 1%. But for it to die at 30 and it's died at 40% before, I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this just isn't fair. Now you're actually cheating, and this is almost half charged. How are you gonna die when you allegedly have 30 or 40% more to go?
Right. Right.
I mean, and
See.
not just like reset, because every now and then, your phone does weird things and resets itself, or like does a whole, not a hard reset, of course, but just kind of has a moment, has a little meltdown moment.
Mm-hmm.
But if just die phone at 30%, like die dead,
Mm-hmm.
and have to plug it up, and then the kicker is when you plug it back up, it turns back on and it's still at 30%. at
Yeah.
least go to 0 or 1 or whatever. But you're still literally at 30%. So you're proving your point, phone, that you shouldn't have died in the first place.
Right. It's so frustrating, and I don't understand it. And then because it doesn't always happen. Some days it will drop down to 1% and it'll stay on 1% for like
forever.
Exactly. Like what is happening? Why are you doing this? Why are you like this? Or some days you're very like vigilant and like, we can make it. Other days you just give up like, I don't care. I'm dying now. So you figure it out, and then it just leaves you.
Don't get it. It's like Russian roulette with your phone. And you just never really know.
You don't. And I see. I'm at a loss for words because I don't understand. And then sometimes I will be able to turn it back on, or at least it's been doing it with the Android phone too. So I'll turn that back on, and I'm like, okay, we're back. And then it just dies again, just crashes. And I'm not sure if it's an app that I downloaded. Only one time it made sense, and I was trying to take a picture, and then it died. But still, it was at like 30%, and I don't get it. And today, charging the phone, it was at like 20%, and then it dropped down. I plugged it in, then it dropped down to 19% after I plugged it in, and then I don't get it.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's that. Another issue, again, you may be able to, you should be able to relate to this as well. Say you're driving along, it's time to get gas. You get gas, maybe it's at the cheapest station you could find, and you get gas, nice and full. It's at, I don't know, $2.35. Then the next day comes, you drive past the same gas station, it's now $2.33.
Every now and then. That is the pet peeve, but I've timed it so well to where I try to get gas on certain days because they're just a bit more cheaper. But yeah, typically, yeah, that is a pet peeve though. Like you couldn't have like done this a day earlier when I was actually here.
Right, when I needed you. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I got it. And that you're all right. There are certain days, I forget which day it is. I feel like I want to say it's a Monday, but there's some days that it's the best time to get gas because it's usually like the lowest that it can be. I don't know if it's a Monday. Nobody quote me on that, even though I've said it twice now. But I don't remember. But sometimes I can't wait until whatever that designated day is. I'm like, I can't wait any longer. I need gas now, and it just betrays me. Aww. So there's that.
That sucks. Yeah.
This next one also sucks, and it happens a lot at work, and I don't know why it happens that so much. And it happens a lot when you have carpets and there's a lot of dry air, but static shock is a killer.
Yeah.
I hate it a lot. Like that's something that I would wish on a worst enemy because it doesn't kill them, but it's just like a very strong annoyance. Not even a mild one. It's a nuisance. It's something, and we don't get too political here, but I would want that to happen to our current person that's in the White House just every day. Like anytime you touch anything metal. It doesn't even have to be metal. At work, I'll touch a plastic bottle and still get shocked. Yep. I don't know why.
That's the most annoying thing. I'm sure there's a scientific reason for it, but who cares? It's just annoying.
Yes,
super annoying.
It is. And that's why I don't have any feathers, because they've been shocked off because of all the times it happens at work. I do not enjoy it. I try to moisturize like throughout the day to make sure this doesn't happen. I don't know if that helps. I feel like in my mind, I feel like it does. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I try. My next one here, this was going to be my original shout out to you, Berto, because we're in a group text, all of us, and I had shared a tweet that had happened on, I think, was it Oscar night? I don't remember, but this is a reoccurring thing where I will tweet about something and blatantly say that I don't want to know the answer, and someone just fails at reading comprehension and decides to tell me the thing that I don't want to know. Like, I want to be ignorant for this one fact, but yet you tell me anyway. I don't remember what that one thing was that I had shared with you guys, but
I can't remember. It was a good thing to not want to be in the know about, though. That's all I remember.
It was because of a hotel commercial, and they were advertising this particular brand or whatever, and like, okay, I don't know what this means. Nobody tell me what it means, but
oh yeah, the Bon Voy.
Yeah, and somebody told me it was like short for Bon Voyage. I'm like, yeah,
you weren't like being sarcastic or kidding. You didn't actually want to know.
I didn't want to know because I didn't care that much to know. I just thought the commercial was interesting and like, I don't know what this is, but cool, whatever. It happened before that. I had tweeted about because Offset from Migos had been in the news a lot. And I'm like, well, Offset's the only person from Migos I know. I don't know the other two. I don't want to know what they are or who they are, their names. And of course, this invites someone to go ahead and tell me their names, which
I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Yes. Reading comprehension, please. Just follow along. If I say I don't want to know, please don't tell me. I will find out later, should I care to. With that, a similar thing has happened. Earlier today, I was tweeting about, of all things, donuts. I was making some controversial tweets, but later on in the conversation, because it was the Hard Choices account, they had tweeted donuts, French toast sticks, muffins, and cinnamon rolls. One of those has to go. However, the pictures they used, all of them didn't really look all that appetizing. So I had said and kind of joked that this looks like a continental breakfast from Motel 6. And as far as I know, Motel 6 does not have continental breakfasts because it is a Motel 6. So I think a bot, well, not a bot. I think someone actually controls this account, but someone actually replied to me and says, this is no joking matter. Like, people die at Motel 6s and sent me some kind of link, which, yeah, it got it was a little intense, and I just did not respond because I'm like,
that's weird.
Calm down. Yeah.
Like, slow your whole roll.
Yeah, some bots actually just respond saying, like, if you quote a TV show, because there's a fringe bot out there that exists, and if you just even mention a TV show or a movie or something, some bot will attack. Not maybe attack's a strong word. Will respond to you, and it's weird.
It is weird. It's very weird. Ugh.
So I'm including that as a pet peeve because it bothers me a little bit because I'll get a notification like, hey, someone's interacting with you. And like, oh, this is not a fun interaction. I know there's much worse interactions, but this is just one that, I don't care for. Next on my list, I don't know if this is a pet peeve, but I don't really care for him. Billy Bob Thornton.
So just the whole person is your pet peeve?
Yeah, I don't really like him very much. Like I don't know. There's just something about him that just weirds me. Like he just seems like a sleazy person. I've never met him, and I can't really base this off of like all of the movie roles I've seen him in, which is maybe like 7. I know he's been in many movies, but the movies he's been in, it's been some kind of sleazy character, like Bad Santa, Love Actually, Monsters Ball.
He was in Love Actually?
He has a cameo. He plays the American president, comes to visit, and he tries to take Hugh Grant's girl. So
of course he does. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, he played it really well. Like I was surprised to see him. Like, oh, look, it's Billy Bob Thornton. I hate him, but he's playing the president, and like, he's being slimy and gross. I mean, there's other gross things. I mean, I still love that movie, but yeah, it's one of those surprise little like, oh yeah. He's in Bandits, which is a movie. I think it is a heist movie, but it's a movie I really do not care for, and I don't think it had to do with Billy Bob Thornton. But yeah, I think the only role that he was okay in, I think it was Armageddon. I think he's in Armageddon. Plays in the command thing, command tower.
I think so. That sounds about right.
Yeah, he wasn't sleazy there. He seemed okay. But still, he just weirds me out. So maybe not a pet peeve, but he's on my list, literally on my list. Now, some of the things, some of the things I try to avoid are things I like strongly hate because I don't want to announce that here and give someone that power to use it against me. So let's just say I did share this information with someone and they're like, oh, I can be your arch nemesis now. So I was like, oh, great. Now I have to be, weary and, keep an eye out, like in case they jump out of the bushes and throw stuff at me. I'm just going to put it in quotes and say, it's flour. Like I'm afraid of flour, the white powdery stuff. That's not what I'm afraid of. I don't hate flour. I love it because that's where bread comes from. But let's just say it's a powdery substance. It's sprinkles. It's, ice cream sprinkles. And they would be hiding in the bushes and throw this at me. And I was like, oh no, now I'm covered in sprinkles and flour and I hate you forever. So yeah, by not saying what the actual thing is, I know I'm leaving a mystery. There's a mystery out there for you people because I don't need you to know everything about my life. I don't.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, I think that's mostly my list. I thought I had some other ones because I was thinking about this earlier today and I've already forgotten like 2 or 3, but yeah. Are there anything that you can think of that's like petty like that you just gets you just
Like I understand why Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays and I respect it, but I don't appreciate it. From a consumer point of view.
Right.
I don't love the fact that every time I get my strongest hankerings for a Chick-fil-A, like a number, I forget the number, honestly, but the grilled chicken. Ooh, and they have this new, well, I guess it's kind of new, but it's like a grilled chicken something with bacon. It's freaking delicious. And every time I get a strong craving for Chick-fil-A, guess when it happens?
It's on a Sunday.
It's on a Sunday. It's like right in the afternoon or early noon hour. And guess what? They're not open.
Right in the middle of them being closed. Basically.
Right in the middle of them being closed. Yes.
You are not alone. I have that
clockwork,
same.
I tell you. Yeah. I mean, it's like clockwork.
I never think about it during the week, except it just happens to be on Sunday. It's like, you know what I could go for right now? Oh, right. It's Sunday. They're closed.
So you can't actually. And it's just, I don't know. It's super petty. And this is not news, but it just drives me, it drives me crazy. It really does.
Yeah, and I get it too. I understand why they are closed, but like, why are you closed? So yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that because there's also a sandwich shop that does the same thing, where they're closed on Sundays. The hankering isn't as strong for me with that particular place, but sometimes I drive by thinking, oh, that could have been an option to get some food there today.
Oh, but it's not because it's Sunday.
Right. And then the only thing, because this sandwich shop there, they will open, like, say, for big events like the Super Bowl. Sometimes they'll be open for that, but I never want them then. So
right.
Yeah. So yeah, it just never works out in my favor.
That
is a good one. That is a good one. Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Yeah, that's the one that immediately comes to mind. I'm sure there are others, but that's the most important one by far.
It's a big one, because I'm sure there's other people out there who like, yeah, why? Like, again, they probably know why too, but it's not on the list. It's just something I had written down because I keep forgetting to talk about it, because this is the level of importance that I've been giving to it. But I have not been on Facebook since sometime in the middle of January, and I feel completely fine about it. Other than the fact that, like, maybe I might be getting some responses, and I probably have to go on very soon to start promoting the 100th episode. But I haven't missed it at all. Like, I was specifically staying away all of February because I'm like, I'll be Facebook free all of February. Like, I'm just not going to deal with it. And now we're rolling into March, and I'm still have no urges to go check in to see any notifications. I know they're there. I just don't feel like it. So, because I'm pretty sure I still have birthday greetings I haven't responded to.
Ooh, yeah. Oh man, so do I, actually. Oh wow, I don't think I responded to any of them. I didn't mean to do that. Oh,
you're terrible. You are terrible. How dare you?
So are you. So Yeah. So yeah, next year or this year, I guess, nobody's gonna leave me messages on my wall because they'll remember she never responded to my birthday message. Maybe I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know either because, like I said, I don't know who responded this year, so I don't know. But I definitely did shout out and thank all the people who directed their wishes and whatnots to me directly because they know me. They know that I'm not on Facebook, so they know that it's just falling on idle ears or eyes or whatever. So, because I even took the Messenger app off the phone, which I really found annoying. That's a pet peeve because they split up their, like, the main Facebook app. Like, you can't use the Messenger like on the web version, or the app itself.
Yeah.
You need the Messenger app,
yep.
and then you can't do certain things. Yeah.
I initially resisted because I gave in eventually, but I initially resisted downloading that Messenger app because I was just in denial. And I was like, I don't want to do this. Y'all not gonna make me do this. And then like it won't let you look at messages through the original app. It won't let you do anything. It just gives you the notifications and forces you to download the Messenger app. So I eventually had to do it.
It's all gone. That app, the main app, because I would just have the Messenger app because there were a couple people that the only way that we could get in touch is through Facebook Messenger. But eventually I think we must have exchanged numbers. So that way all those people that did need me, like, here, just do this because this is much easier for me. And I only opened the Messenger app just to get rid of the notifications that I had messages.
Yep, same.
And even then, I didn't really want to signify that I read it because that would encourage them to keep sending me messages. So it was a tricky thing because some of them weren't real messages. They were like basically spam, not spam, but yeah, spam, sending me like, read this article, but they didn't really tell me to read the article. They just included it. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to read this. But thank you for thinking of me, I guess, unless it's a mass messaging. But I just got rid of all of it, and now my phone is quieter in a good way because I'm not bothered by these notifications. Hey, you got a new Facebook message? No, I don't, because I don't see it. It's gone.
Right.
So now hopefully people will listen to this and all of these things and act accordingly. So don't be pushing extra buttons on the elevators. Don't send me anything on Facebook because I'm probably not going to see it. If I say I don't want to know something, don't tell me.
Just basically don't be a trigger. These are all triggers of stress and anxiety and pettiness. If you don't want to see it, don't push those buttons or the elevator buttons if they're already lit.
Right. I mean that I feel like should be common knowledge, but it's 2019. I feel like you should know that. And again, we should also have flying cars by now, but knowing what I know about people in this land we call America, I don't think we're ready for flying cars.
We ain't ready.
No. And I keep going back to teleportation, but I don't think we're ready for that either. Like, I want it.
Quite. I think we're getting closer though.
Yeah. Like we're sending what is it, like atoms around, but I think we still might have that problem that the Prestige has where you just make doubles and then you have to kill your clone, and I don't want to do that either.
No. Because clones are people too.
They are. And then we have to deal with clone rights. And I mean, we're already still having trouble just accepting black people. So you start cloning black people, then they're like, oh, there goes the country. So they can't handle it. So there's more issues to be worked on.
Yes.
Now, if I were to do a Black History fact, and I will make up for it, I promise. I had learned about the creator of 227. She sounded very interesting to me. I believe her name is her last name is Gibbs. I know that much. I was trying out. Unless do you know her name?
Do not.
Okay. Well, she will be the focus of my next Black History fact. Because I did find her very intriguing. Marla Gibbs. I almost said Martha. Her name is Marla Gibbs. Regina King. I'm sorry. Take it back. Academy Award winner.
Heyo.
Regina King was talking about
time
her.
Too.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. She was, because she was on the show. So yeah. And there are there are people who thought Regina King came out of nowhere, but I'm like, no, she's been here. So, so yes, I will focus on her next episode. And also just a reminder, because I do have more information regarding the 100th episode. Our guest will be comedian Chris Clark. He'll be joining us. That will be May 7th. That's May 17th is the live episode. On the 18th, he will be performing. So you're going to want to get tickets. Tickets will be $25 on they are not yet for sale. I actually have to set that up, and I have not done that yet, but that's one of those things I've been working on the last couple of weeks. The flyers are almost done, so you'll be seeing those posted on Facebook, even though I won't be there. Okay, I'll be there for that. Just to make sure everybody knows what's going on if they have questions. It'll be a good weekend. It'll be a comedy, fun-filled weekend, and more information to come. So sweet. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Nice. That's my big announcement. Not that I had announced that I had an announcement, but that's definitely something I wanted to announce. Lastly, there is a pillow for sale, which I'm glad I sent you, or not the link, but the video for people with glasses.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So how did you feel about this?
I mean, it was a genius invention. I thought it was great, and it looks like it would work. Whether or not it's comfy is the kicker, though.
So possibly a birthday or Christmas gift for you?
Possibly.
I mean, because you wouldn't buy it. It's a gift for you.
No.
So it's no waste of money.
True. Guess I've just learned to, deal with
adjust.
I've adjusted my lifestyle to fit around my glasses. But
I mean, do you normally kind of
yeah. But again, I don't lay my face down on them. I have found other ways around it.
Oh, okay.
Because this invention I just happened to cross this invention, so
All right. I was just curious because I'm actively, for whatever reason, on the show, kind of just plotting stuff I would get for your next birthday and or Christmas. So,
sure.
So just adding that to the list, and then waiting for you to review them. So I got the glasses pillow, and I give it a B. I don't know, because maybe it's not comfortable, but it's it just gives you an idea to find a softer surface or softer platform to cut holes into. So
right, that's true. Because the idea is brilliant.
It is. I'm like, why didn't anybody think of this before? So
well, I've seen similar contraptions like this. I've seen I call it a boob mattress, where you can lay on your stomach and your boobs aren't trapped.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you did say boob as in BOOB or boo. Okay, gotcha.
Boob, like breast. Yeah, right. It's I don't know I think it was just an indention or something in the mattress, maybe. It's been a while since I've seen this, but it's a thing.
Well, a mattress is out of my price range, but that's not a gift that you'd be getting from me. So
nah, I don't want that kind of gift.
Well, I didn't even know that it existed, but this show is all about learning. So we've all learned something today, hopefully, and just learn about everything, and that very educational. So here's a quick edit because there's been a delay in this episode, and part of it was just exhaustion altogether. But special thanks and shout out to who I'm lovingly calling my intern, Southern Cynic, who took the time to calculate the totals or the tallies of everyone who participated in the Oscar survey poll prediction challenge thing, whatever I'm calling it. But she calculated all the winners of the points, and I will read them to you now. At Fonzo Clay got 24 points. Farah Komar, 21 points. No2B, 22 points. Emir, 32 points. Magdalena, 20 points. Candace Frederick, or at Real Talker, 35 points. I would like to say that originally I had miscalculated Earlier in the episode, I did say that she beat me by 1 point, but in actuality, I did beat her. I had miscalculated, but still, great game. I feel like it's always a competition. I forgot who won last year. But moving on. Phil Pirello, 29 points. Mamba, 30 points. PVDS, 13, 26 points. Nas, 27 points. At Ray Fatih, 30 points. And coming in at third place is a tie between myself and Bora at 36 points. At second place, a good friend of mine, at Noel Camille, 42 points. And first place is Sean at 43 points. So congratulations, everyone, for playing. Thank you so much. And I guess I will see you next year when we do this again. So, yeah, there's that. And see you next time. So, do you have any shout outs, anything you want people to take a look at? Anything of that nature?
I will in a couple months. Woo-woo. For now, though, you can catch me over on the Twitters at I am K Hinton. And I'll try not to tweet spoilers too much. But I can't promise that. So just follow me and we'll see.
I feel like you wouldn't. Or if anything, you would probably do is just tweet like a vague, ambiguous things that only make sense to you or eventually your beta readers. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. We'll see. You just never know. Really.
Oh, so you could just drop a whole like spoiler, but no one knows that was a spoiler.
Yep. And we're still in the, the writing. Well, the first draft is over, but I mean, there will be a few more drafts to go. So I could easily drop a spoiler now and then drop that spoiler from the book altogether. So, hey,
That is true. So just
hidden gems that could be priceless because,
I will. I'll try to keep an eye on that, even though haven't really been on Twitter much these days. Again, because of busyness. Shout out to Nick. I forgot to do that earlier. I was working on a project with him. I should tweet the video too. I had to make sure that he tweeted it first, but he's working on a fashion vlog of sorts, balling on a budget, I believe he might be calling it. This is Nick from Megashine, who's good friends of the pod. So do keep an eye out for that.
Nice.
I think that's all for now. There's other things that's in the works, so just keep an eye out. But 100th episode, May 17th, Portland, Connecticut, if you can be there. If not, I will be streaming the live podcast on YouTube. But the comedy show will not be streamed. You just have to be there. It'll be hilarious. So, yes, more to come.
Nice. Nice.
And yeah, that's been the episode. You can find me on all things Indoob. Do check out the store, the website, just indoob.com. I'm going to try to make some more bit.ly links to make it easier, like to get Spotify. That's what I was supposed to do. See, this is why you write things down on a list. Courtney told us that years ago.
Yep. Did I?
Yes, you did. You did. Maybe not on the podcast, but you told me to write everything down. So yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretending. Oh, that's what I was going to do too. I'm going to be doing some Indoob podcast specific trivia if you want to get free tickets to the comedy show. So if you've listened to every episode, you might be able to know the answers. So if
am I eligible to win? No,
probably not, because you're part of the show. So you're. I mean, you get a free ticket anyway because you're part of the show. You just want to win just because.
I just want to win. Yeah.
You're already a winner. You finished a novel.
Woo-woo!
Yes. Oh. Although you wouldn't be able to get a ticket for that, but still, you finished. You win. You won.
It's a ticket in and of itself.
It is. It is because you are now in the novel writing book club.
Crazy.
It's true.
So
anyway,
crazy.
Indoob.com to find all these things. I will have more information about the show and all that stuff later. Yeah. I remember to I'm just all over the place. This is why I should write things down. What am I trying to say? To live for the folks you love. And
tell the folks you value them.
Right. And live for the folks you love. I've been your benevolent host, T. Sterling Watson. And remember, if the world didn't suck, we'd all fall off. No. The Indube Podcast is recorded in a studio somewhere on planet Earth. The Indube Podcast is part of the Indube Network. And if you'd like to get in contact with the Indube Podcast, please email indubepod@gmail.com. That is indubepod@gmail.com. You can find the Indube Podcast on Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Google Play, and of course Podbean, or wherever podcasts may be procured. If you'd like to find out more information, please visit indube.com, where you can find our store, the blog, and of course our Patreon if you'd like to support and donate and find more perks and fun things to listen to and watch. For Chief, DJ Joe Daddy, Bilford, this is T. Sterling Watson signing off. Thank you so much for listening. Use your words, Chief. Good boy. This has been another 3SFX production.